Gravimetric titration is a technique used in analytical chemistry to determine the concentration of a substance in a sample by measuring the mass of a precipitate formed during a chemical reaction. Here are detailed steps involved in a typical gravimetric titration. 1. Preparation of reagents. Prepare a standard solution of the titrant, the solution of known concentration. Ensure that the sample solution is properly prepared and is free from impurities that might interfere with the titration. 2. Weighing the sample. Weigh an accurately measured portion of the sample. This is typically done using an analytical balance. 3. Digestion or precipitation. Introduce the sample solution into a reaction vessel. Add the titrant gradually while stirring continuously. The titrant reacts with the analyte to form a precipitate. Some gravimetric titrations may require heating or digestion to facilitate the precipitation process. 4. Filtration. Filter the mixture to separate the precipitate from the remaining solution. Wash the precipitate on the filter paper to remove any impurities or soluble byproducts. 5. Drying. Dry the precipitate to remove any remaining moisture. This is typically done by heating the filter paper and precipitate to a constant mass. 6. Weighing the precipitate. Weigh the filter paper containing the dry precipitate using the analytical balance. The mass of the precipitate is used to calculate the amount of analyte present in the original sample. 7. Calculations. Calculate the moles of the titrant used based on the volume and concentration. Use stoichiometry to determine the moles of the analyte that reacted with the titrant. Finally, calculate the concentration of the analyte in the original sample. Repeat. Perform the entire process at least twice for accuracy and precision. If the results are consistent, calculate the average value. Data analysis. Analyze the results for accuracy, precision, and potential sources of error. Report the final concentration of the analyte in the original sample along with any uncertainties. 8. Documentation. Record all the measurements, observations, and calculations in a clear and organized manner. Note any deviations from expected results and possible sources of error. It's important to follow good laboratory practices and adhere to safety guidelines during all steps of the gravimetric titration process. Additionally, specific details and steps may vary depending on the type of gravimetric titration being performed and the nature of the substances involved.